When I watch hoarding shows, I don't think I'm like those people. Real hoarders to me collect like old butter bowls or newspapers. They don't want to throw any out. A lot of them I've noticed have stuff stacked almost to the ceiling. A hoarder to me doesn't want to let anything go. I let things go, but I collect more than I let go, unfortunately.
I don't remember my house ever being clean. By the time I was around 12, I had to be put on medication for depression. My house caused a lot of anger and emotions inside of me. I try to help my mom clean. Back when I lived there, these things can be broken, they can be actual trash, and she would end up bringing them back in the house. I would try all night long before I had to go to bed to clean. I felt like I failed because I didn't even make a dent. Occasionally, I would get angry at my mom for the house. Then in July of 2019, my mom kicked me out of the house. She did not give me a reason. We didn't have a big fight or anything. She just texted me that I have a 30-day notice.
All I said was, if you don't like it here, you can leave. I don't ever remember telling her she had 30 days.
After my mom texted me, she didn't really talk to me. She ignored me. Every time I would text her, she would read the messages and never reply.
I never did want her to leave, so I don't know where the miscommunication came from.
The moment my mom kicked me out, we instantly split up. How could she love me? How could she do this to me? And not ever getting that closure of having that answer really just separated us.
Well, joining us virtually is Jackie's daughter, Shayla. Shayla, hello.
Hey.
Well, one of the things I've been focusing on with your mother is whether or not she's here to justify and defend the way she lives or acknowledge and change the way she's living. And your answer to that, Jackie, is what?
I am not trying to defend it at all.
So you're here to acknowledge
I'm here
it
to acknowledge
and change it.
Yes. I wouldn't have fought so hard to get here if I wasn't ready to acknowledge and defend, or not to defend it, but acknowledge and change it.
So you agree that you are a hoarder and that your house is unlivable.
Absolutely.
It's full of mice, it's unhygienic, and no one could or should be living there.
Absolutely.
And certainly you couldn't expect your daughter to live there now or then. And Shayla, you say that the stress and anxiety is through the roof because of the house, and you became a neat freak because of it. The pendulum swung the other way with you, and you live completely differently.
Yeah, I tend to keep my house pretty neat because I don't want it to get the way my mom's is, and I don't judge her for that, but it's not a lifestyle that I want to have.
But you do recognize that the way she's living is pathological. It's not normal to live that way.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I don't think that it's normal. I knew growing up from a young age that it was not normal, and I did everything I could to try to fix the house myself, but it became something that was out of my power to do.
Well, clean up would be like spitting in the ocean. There's no way. It's a tidal wave. You can't do anything about it. I assume you just never had anybody over.
Yeah, I was never allowed to have anybody over, both for my sanity and hers. We were both embarrassed by it. And I do feel like that created a lot of social anxiety in me today.
And how do you feel about your relationship with your mother now?
We were closer at one time. I do know that she doesn't like our relationship. She wishes that we were closer.
What do you want to see happen with her?
I want her happy. I mean, she's had friends that have told her, oh, you never smile, you never laugh. And she just kind of blows it off like, yeah, I don't do that. And I want her to laugh. I want her to smile and be happy and enjoy hanging out with people for fun, not just because she feels like she has to.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.